now for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mamashinas. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
And good afternoon, everyone. We're live from Roosevelt Gym in the Otter Field House, where today we have Otter Boys basketball for you right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Also streaming live on the KBRF YouTube channel if you'd like to watch. Also streaming live on the Fergus Now app. Fergus Falls Otters at home today hosting the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Jason Retzloff, great to be with you, along with Derek Sidian taking care of the live stream production duties. And the Fergus Falls Otters, they come in playing some great basketball as they have won 3 of their last 4. Otters are 4-9 on the season, but they've won 3 of the last 4 after losing their first 6 of the season and really turning a corner. It's been fun to see the evolution of this team as got off to a slow start and you know, calling a few of those games in the early part of the year. There were games that the Otters were continually right there, had some opportunities, competed with some very good teams and just couldn't quite get over the hump. Well, now they're starting to get over the hump with wins in 3 of their last 4 games, including a big win on Tuesday over the Moorhead Spuds that we'll talk about in just a little bit. Bemidji comes into this game. They're 8-5. They had a loss on Tuesday at Sartell, a 76-62 loss, and that is where the Lumberjacks come in. Should be a good game. The Lumberjacks have 2 players going on to play at Bemidji State next year, and we'll get into that in just a little bit as the pregame show continues. So we'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll talk more about the Otters and the Lumberjacks here this afternoon as you're listening and possibly watching Otter basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Otter Tail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Otter Tail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Back here on the pregame show here at the Otter Field House, and the Fergus Falls Otter boys at home against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks, we mentioned, 8-5 on the season, and on Tuesday they were at Sartell and lost to the Sabres 76-62. Jackson Boshi, He had 25 points in that game. Jackson Boschee, Austin Reaver are two of the Bemidji players that are going to go on and play at Bemidji State next year. So they have some real nice players, some players that are moving on to play at the next level. Jackson Boschee with 25 points, and he was mentioned as a big key as far as when I talked to Matt Johnson before the game, Otter head coach, that containing him and not letting him be a total star to lead the way for the Lumberjacks will be a key for the Otters here this afternoon. Austin Reaver, the other Lumberjack going on to Bemidji State, he had 12 points in the game, and Reese Snidey had 10. They had three players in double figures. Well, the Otters, as we mentioned, really playing some good basketball, 4-9 on the year, but they really kicked it into gear. They've won 3 of their last 4. Here, let's go over those last 4 games. And it started out with a real nice Central Lakes Conference win, a high-scoring game where the Otters put up 95 points at Sauk Rapids Rice in a big win, and some big numbers from the Otter players in that game. Eston Bethel, he had a double-double with 25 points and 12 assists. Got to like the ability to score and create for your teammates, along with 4 steals. Jacob Jentz also had a double-double in that one with 22 points, 11 rebounds, also added 4 assists. Nolan Felstuhl shot the lights out with 5 threes, including 17 points. He also had 5 steals in that one. And Eli Fullhart came off the bench, 12 points and 7 rebounds. Then the Otters in the next one, they were at Sartell, and they fell to Sartell by 14, just like Bemidji did on Tuesday night, 78-64. Micah Johnson led the way for Fergus Falls with 18 points and 3 assists. And then a couple wins in a row. The Otters played Rocori, and that was a 73-58 win. Micah again leading the way with 21 points. Nolan Felstuhl with 18. Eston Bethel had 14, and Jacob Jentz had a dozen. So the Otters had 4 players in double figures in that 73-58 win over Rocori. And then on Tuesday at home against the Moorhead Spuds, 70-54, and a great win. It was kind of fun. I was over in Battle Lake doing the Hillcrest Battle Lake girls game and saw those scores coming in with the Otters in control and up by 20-some against a good opponent, and really a great win for the Otters against an outstanding opponent. As Eston Bethel led the way, he had 20 points, 16 for Jacob Jentz. Nolan Felstuhl in double figures again with 11, and then they almost had 5 players in double figures as Micah Johnson and Cam Wiedrich each had 9 points in that game. The Otters were supposed to play on Thursday against St. Cloud Tech. That game was postponed due to the cold conditions as the St. Cloud schools shut things down on Thursday, so they were unable to make the trip. Well, Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. All right, we're going to take another break. Our pregame show continues, and we'll come back and take a look. We're going to talk about the Otter girls when we return. As I was in Sartell last night for what was a great performance for Josh Sears' team and a great road win. Nice week that the Otter girls had with wins over Wilmer and Sartell. We'll talk about that. We'll look at the local scoreboard. Got some games going on here this afternoon as well. So this is Otter boys basketball. Whether you're listening on News Talk 1250 KBRF or watching the live stream on the KBRF YouTube channel or the Fergus Now app. We'll take a timeout. Back with more in the pregame show in just a bit.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families, keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Back here at the pregame show at the Otter Field House, the Roosevelt Gymnasium. Always enjoy being at in this facility. A lot of great memories throughout the years, and great job by Derek Abrahams to be able to work to renovate and bring it back in the recent years. So great to be here at the Otter Field House, where the Otters are at home against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. So said we talk about the Otter girls here. I was in Sartell last night, and man, I was impressed the way the Otter girls played. They went out against a quality opponent. Sartell don't have a great record per se, but they're better than what their record has shown, with a lot of competitive games against good teams throughout the year. And it was just an outstanding first half of play. I think I've done 4 or 5 Otter girls games this year, and best I've seen them play the first half last night, as they jumped out on top of Sartell 35-19. They expanded their lead to as many as 24 in the second half. Credit to Sartell. They brought on some pressure. The Otters struggled a little bit more with turnovers in the second half, and able to cut it down to 10 at one point, but never got into serious range, and a great all-around performance for the Otter girls. 63-49 win at Sartell, Central Lakes Conference win. Ruby Ellison's been shooting the lights out. She had 21 points to lead the Otters, including 5 threes in the game. Carly Hurst was all over the place, flying all over, diving on the floor for loose balls, making tips, doing everything. She had 12 points, 5 rebounds in the game. And Presley Warren was also in double figures with 11 points as well. Hattie Fullhart with almost a double-double with 9 points and 9 rebounds. Otters out-rebounded Sartell 40-29 in the game, on their way to a 63-49 victory. All right, everyone's getting up here, so the national anthem is about to be played. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups right after this.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
All right, back here, ready to go, getting ready to go for the starting lineups. It's our Nelson Auto Center starting lineup, starting for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. 6'3" senior, headed to Bemidji State next year. That's number 2, Jackson Boshi. 6'3" senior, number 4, Jerron Hughesby. 5'10" senior, number 5, Caden Fisher. Senior, number 23 at 6'7", also headed to Bemidji State, Austin Reaver. And at 6'6", junior, number 34, Wyatt Turvestol. Stephen Thompson, head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks are 8-5 on the season. Now for your home team on the scoreboard this afternoon, the Fergus Falls Otters. And a couple of the Otter buddies running out, getting introduced. We got the 5th grade backcourt club getting to play at halftime as well too. Looking forward to that. And now the starting lineups for the Fergus Falls Otters. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 1, Eston Bethel. Senior guard, 5'10", number 2, Cameron Weidrich. Had another guard, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Nolan Fellstuhl. Another guard, 6'1" senior, number 5, Micah Johnson. And then at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 21, Jacob Jentz. Matt Johnson, the head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters, and he's assisted by Brad Strand, Ryan Johnson, Taylor Foose, and Keith Pearson. And we just got an update here that Bemidji has been assessed a technical foul to start the game due to dunking in warm-ups. So looks like the Otters are going to have free throws. Nolan Fellstuhl is going to go to the free throw line. So that's why Nolan is heading to the line right now. Yeah, you can't dunk in warm-ups, and it's been a long-standing rule as Nolan Fellstuhl makes the free throw to start the game. So well, he'll get one more. So a couple free throws for Fellstuhl. And Nolan starts the Otters off in good shape with a couple free throws. And it's 2-0 without any time going off the clock, and the Otters will get the basketball. So we won't even jump it up here today yet. Got to stay off the rims during warm-ups. And I guess Bemidji was on the rims, apparently. So the Otters have the basketball. We're underway. Looking forward to a good matchup today with Fergus Falls and Bemidji, and it's Fellstuhl. Nolan right-hand dribble, picks it up at the top. Comes over to Micah Johnson, far side Bethel. Eston drives the baseline, dumps it underneath. Jentz gathered, goes up, partially blocked, gets his own rebound, kicks out. Fellstuhl catches, fires, three-pointer, good. Well, Nolan can really shoot it, and he's got 5 points before Bemidji even gets the ball, and it's 5-0 Otters on the Park Region scoreboard. Good pass by Jentz to set him up, and it's Fergus Falls on man-to-man defensively. The long three-pointer by Boshi's no good, and Micah Johnson with the rebound for Fergus Falls. Here's Micah, left-hand dribble. Little backdoor cut to Fellstuhl. That's tipped away and stolen. First turnover of the game for the Otters. Quickly up the floor, coming to a jump stop is Reaver. Boshi back to Reaver in the post. Spins to his right. The double team comes for a moment. Across it goes. Three-pointer Hughesby. That's over the basket. No good. And the Otters will get it. So a little over a minute in. Otters are up 5-0 on our Park Region scoreboard. And Nolan Fellstuhl, left-hand dribble, gets it over to Eston Bethel. Bemidji also man-to-man defense. It's Jentz across to Weidrich. Fellstuhl off the screen, catches, lets it go. In and out, no good. That was right there, but couldn't get it to go, and it's Turvestol with a rebound for the Lumberjacks. Here is Boshi. Bounce pass to the baseline, double teamed all the way across. It goes to Hughesby, left-hand dribble. Bounce pass underneath to Turvestol, over to Fisher. He shoots the three off the front of the rim, no good. Fisher able to go gather the long rebound, gets it underneath, right to the open Reaver, and he puts it in and draws the foul. So good hustle there by Fisher to go get that rebound in the little bit of the scramble, able to find Reaver underneath for two, and he'll shoot free throws, and it is good. Reaver has the first 3 points of the game for Bemidji. That foul is on Cameron Weidrich, his first. And the Otters with the ball leading by 2. And Micah Johnson slowly into the front court, over to Bethel. And Eston kicks it over Weidrich. Cam lets it go from the corner. That's no good. Jentz on the offensive board. He's got it. Little jump hook, or a little turnaround half hook, I should say, and Jentz puts it in. Good job on the boards there by Jentz. Otters back up by 4, 7-3. And here is Reaver backing his way in. Across it goes, deflected by Bethel, stolen by Bethel. Here comes Essen. There's going to be a foul on Boshi, trying to slow him down, and probably a pretty decent foul, as if Essen gets by him, it's going to be an easy 2. So Jackson Boshi with the personal foul, his first, team second. And Felstuhl will throw it into the backcourt to Micah Johnson. Otters set up their offense. High post, it goes to Jentz. Hands off to Johnson. Micah straight on for 3. That's off the front of the rim, no good. And Reaver with the rebound for Bemidji. Boshi on the drive, jump double team. Otters are going to tie him up. That was a good swarming defense by the Otters. Possession arrow stays with the Lumberjacks, but the possession arrow will now flip on the next jump ball. 7-3, Fergus Falls leading on our Park Region scoreboard. And Boshi comes into Hughesby. Hughesby between the legs on the dribble, spins back, loses it for a moment. Now gets it to Boshi. Knocked away by Johnson, goes into the backcourt. It will not be over and back as it was touched by Johnson. And here is Boshi. He'll shoot the NBA 3 off the front of the rim. That was a good 27 feet, no good. Lumberjacks with the offensive rebound. That's no good. Ball tipped loose, and now coming up with it is Reaver, and they'll reset way back up top. Here's Boshi between the legs. He'll pull up, tough guarded 3 off the heel. Another offensive rebound, though, and that comes to Caden Fisher. They'll bring back out to Boshi. Bounce pass underneath. Reaver gathers, stripped by Bethel, and Eston comes up with the steal. Here comes Bethel. Now that's stolen right back by Boshi. So here comes Boshi going up, and he's going to draw the foul. And Micah Johnson is going to pick it up, and Boshi will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Micah with his first, team second. Quick pace, frenetic up and down there. A couple quick turnovers, and now Boshi will look for his first point, and he's got it at the free throw line. 7-4, Otters by 3. Into the game for Bemidji is Jaden Bondi, as Hughesby will come out. Lumberjacks have some size. They go 6'6", 6'7" in the middle. Also 6'3" on the wing, as the other free throw for Boshi is good. 7-5, Otters by 2. 14:41 to play in the first half, as Eston Bethel handles the basketball. And left-hand dribble, comes back Felstuhl. Micah Johnson in the corner, near side. Now Micah brings it back out. Goes to Jentz, left towards the left baseline. Wiedrich, right-hand dribble across to Felstuhl. Man-to-man Bemidji defense. Here's Bethel, 3-pointer left side. That's no good. And the weak side board tracked down by Reaver for Bemidji. Up the floor, here's Boshi. Pull up another deep 3. That nicks the rim short. And Micah Johnson with the rebound for the Otters. He's got the major green light here as Johnson goes to the hoop, and he draws the foul. Micah to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's been fun seeing Micah Johnson step up in a scoring role. That hasn't been his main role, as the Otters through the years have had a lot of different guys that can score, and Micah has been asked to step up and do that. He's certainly capable, and he's really done a nice job. He had 21 against Ricori. He had 9 against Moorhead, and he also had 18 to lead the Otters at Sartell, as his first free throw is good. First point of the game for Micah. Otters by 3, 8-5. And ready again. This one's in the air. It's good. Otters back up by 4. And they're 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And we're 4 minutes into the game. And here's Boshi going up against Micah Johnson. Hands off to Austin Reaver. Across it goes Turvestall. Bounce pass near side to Boshi. Eli Fullhart into the game for Fergus Falls. Little pick and roll knocked away, and the Otters come up with a steal as Fullhart has the basketball. Eli Fullhart has it knocked away as he tried to penetrate, split the defense, and it's picked up by Bondi. Here comes Bemidji underneath. Reaver, a shot by the hoop, off the heel, no good. Tipped out, it went off of Fergus Falls, and Bemidji will keep it. So the Otters have been hurt here. They've forced some missed shots, but they've given up some offensive rebounds here in the early going. Some of that size steps off the floor. Teverstall comes out. Hughesby's back in. Now the pass goes into the backcourt. They try to save it from an over and back, and the Otters get it. Here's Fullhart to the hoop, and Eli Fullhart will get to the free throw line. Bit of a careless turnover there for Bemidji. And Eli Fullhart, 6'4" sophomore, will shoot 2. That foul is on Jerron Hughesby, his first, team fourth. And Fullhart free throw is good. Good job at the free throw line for the Otters. 5 for 5 from the line. And second one is up. Second one's good. 11-5, biggest lead of the game so far for Fergus Falls as Jackson Boshi brings it into the front court, goes over to Reaver. Micah Johnson shadowing Boshi wherever he's going, trying to deny, and he runs right into the steal. Here's Micah. Lead pass. Bethel goes up, and he puts it in. And Bemidji wanted to travel. They might have had a pretty good point there. I think Eston was wondering if he was going to try to dunk it. Took a few extra steps and got away with one on the drive. There's a bucket for Bondi, slashing to the hoop. And it's 13-7 now, but a timeout is called. So 13-7 is the score on our Park Region scoreboard. And it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here, but it'll be a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. And a good start. Well, the Otters had 5 points before Bemidji even got the ball. There's a technical foul on the Lumberjacks for dunking during warm-ups. Nolan Fellstool hit 2 free throws before it even started, and then he hit a 3 on the first possession, and just like that, the Otters were up by 5. A moment ago, a great steal by Micah Johnson led to an Eston Bethel layup that put the Otters up 8, and then a bucket by Bondi for Bemidji on the other end has made it now a 6-point game at 13-7. 12:53 to play in the game. And now the Otters with the basketball as our Lake Region Healthcare timeout comes to a close. And here's Gents with it. One dribble left to Johnson. Micah, pull up 15-footer. Had to adjust his shot momentarily. It's no good. And Bondi with a rebound for Bemidji. Lead pass in transition, reverse layup. Decides to go in at the last moment. That was Reese Snidey who had checked in. And it's 13-9. Otters' 8-point lead has been cut in half with a couple of Bemidji baskets. And Bethel, hesitation move, kicks it over Fellstool. Nolan for 3 in the corner off the front, no good. Another rebound for Bondi. Lead pass, Boshi in transition, goes up and finishes. Now Bemidji starting to get out and go in transition. And they've got 6 in a row to cut the Fergus Falls lead to 2. 6 minutes into the game. And Nolan Fellstool handling it up top, goes over to Micah Johnson. And Micah, left-hand dribble, jump stop and lane. Good backdoor cut right to Gents. Layup is good. Nice pass by Micah and a savvy cut by Gents, whose man lost sight of him. And he took advantage, got the 2. That ends the 6-0 run for Bemidji. And there's a 3-pointer right side. That's good. And that one's knocked down by Reese Snidey. And that cuts the Fergus Falls lead to 1. So Snidey coming in and making an offensive impact with 5 points. And it's a 1-point Otter lead, 15-14 on the Park Region scoreboard. Fullhart takes a dribble, back out to Johnson. Now Micah Johnson, left-hand dribble, steps through, kicks it over Bethel. 3-pointer for Eston. That's off, and it goes to Reaver on the weak side board. Up the floor is Snidey. Back out to Reaver. He'll load the 3 straight on. In and out, no good. Hustling for the ball, tipped around, and Gents comes up with it for the Otters. Gets it to Micah Johnson. And here is Micah, right to left on the dribble. Pivots away from the D across to Bethel. Almost stolen by Bondi, but Bethel gets it back. Fullhart, shot fake, pull up. 16-footer off the front, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes right back up, misses it. Gents with the tip back. That's no good. And finally, Reaver comes up with a good opportunities, but unable to convert was Fergus Falls. Step back 3, Snidey, that's good. And now the Lumberjacks are really rolling here. And Snidey with 8 quick points coming off the bench, and Bemidji has their first lead of the game at 17-15. And here is Micah Johnson over to Fullhart. Pass behind Fellstool, who curled. Eli didn't think he was going to curl, and it goes out of bounds. 4th Otter turnover. As Wiedrich will come in, Fellstool will come out. 10-11 to play, first half. And the Lumberjacks leading the Otters 17-15. Fergus Falls now with Gents, Johnson, Wiedrich, Fullhart, and Bethel. As Boshi, top of the key, goes to Bondi and comes back over to Snidey. And step back. There's another deep 3, and Snidey is on fire. 11 quick points for Snidey, including 3 threes. And Bemidji now with a 20-15 lead. As the ball's tipped back from Johnson into the backcourt, Micah gets it. Now he'll go up. Now it's tipped from behind, but there's going to be a foul on Bondi. So the foul is going to go on Jaden Bondi. That's his first, team 5th. But what a run the Lumberjacks are on here. They're on a 15-2 run. As the Otters were up 13-5. But now they've scored 15 in the last 17, with 11 of those coming from Reese Snidey off the bench. Here's Bethel, hands off to Wiedrich. Over it goes, and that pass intercepted. There's Boshi on the steal. Transition layup is good. Well, Matt Johnson's going to use a timeout here as the Lumberjacks really showing their stuff here, getting out in transition, knocking down shots, and it's a 30-second timeout. But we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Otter basketball in just a moment.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Welcome back, Otter boys basketball. Bemidji on a big run. They lead by 7, 22-15, and the Otters turn it over immediately. Bethel has it knocked away, and the Lumberjacks get out in transition again, and the layup is good for Bondi. He's got 4. And it is a 19-2 run for Bemidji to take a 9-point lead. See if the Otters can regroup and settle in again as Wiedrich handling against Snidey. Over it goes and through the hands of Micah Johnson and out of bounds. 7 Otter turnovers now as Felstuhl will come back in. And Johnson will come out. So Otters getting out of their comfort zone here, and Bemidji is taking advantage with not only their shot making, but when they get the ball off a turnover, they are gone and they're on the move, even on missed shots as well. Boshi, deep 3. That's good. That was a good 24 feet. Boshi now with 9, and the Otters are down 27-15 on the Park Region scoreboard. 8:40 to play first half. Wiedrich comes over to Felstuhl. Left-hand drive towards the baseline. Back to Jentz. Penetrates to the lane, step through, goes up. Good shifty move by Jentz. Nice footwork. He's got 6 as he puts it in for 2, 27-17. So that was a 22-2 run that Bemidji was on to take that 12-point lead. As now Snidey steps back, but it's a 10-point lead. Now a turnover. Otters tip it away and get the steal. Full heart. Up it goes to Jentz. Now Bethel loses it, and it's stolen, and here come the Lumberjacks, and they're behind the defense. Easy layup for Snidey is good. So Snidey with 13 as Bethel brings it into the front court. Here's Eston on the drive, goes up. He's rejected by Teverstol, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Fergus Falls. So Micah Johnson is back in. Bethel will come out. Bemidji makes some substitutions. Jaron Hughesby is back in. Fisher goes out. Miles Gish is into the game for the first time for Bemidji. And Micah Johnson inbounds. Looks up. He's going to throw it all the way towards the backcourt to Eli Fullhart. As they're picked up. Lumberjacks man-to-man defense. Eli left-hand drive, jump stop, steps through. Tough off-balance shot. That's no good. And rebound is tracked down by Reese Snidey for Bemidji. Snidey step back. He wants more. That one's well short, though. Good save, though, made by Hughesby, and the Lumberjacks able to get all the way back out and control the basketball. Snidey over in the corner. Hughesby right-hand drive, back out. Gish, three-pointer. That's no good. Tipped out, but it comes to Fullhart for the Otters. Otters trail by 12, 29-17. And Micah Johnson walks it into the front court. Across it goes to Fullhart. Back to Felstuhl. Far side, it's Jentz. And Gents a little back cut to Weeder. Good pass. Layup good. That was a nice look offensively. And a beauty of a pass from Gents. Otters have done some nice things with the backdoor cutting here. And Cam Weeder with his first basket. And Miles Gish gets his first, team sixth. Bethel is in. Fullhart comes out. 7:01 to play in the first half. 29-19, Bemidji by 10. And Weidrich at the free throw line trying to get the and one. He converts. Great job at the line for the Otters so far. They're 7 for 7. And it's a 9-point Lumberjack lead at 29-20. And on the drive going up, a little bit short is Hughesby. Battle for the board, and Gents able to rip it away. Good first half here for Gents. As Bethel into the front court, bounce pass to Johnson. And Micah goes back to Bethel. Now Weidrich. Here's Gents, puts it on the floor, spinning, comes back out. Johnson, now Fellstool. Nolan left-hand dribble, back to his right. Backdoor cut, it's wide of Bethel. Fortunate for the Otters, it accidentally tipped off of Hughesby, so it'll stay with Fergus Falls. Otters have 15 to shoot. And Bethel will inbound. Fisher back in for Bemidji as Boshi will come out. Inbound to Fellstool. Nolan, three in the corner. Good. Nolan ready to shoot it. He's got a pair of threes. He's got 8 in the game to lead the Otters. And the Otters have cut the Bemidji 12-point lead in half down to 6. Snyder across it goes to Gish. It's deflected away and stolen. Fellstool with a deflection. Bethel comes up with it. Over to Fellstool on the drive. Tough off-balance shot. Gents able to pick up the offensive board and put it right back up and in. 8 for Gents. Otters have cut it to 4. Game of runs here. And it's 29-25. And right to left on the dribble. Oh, double dribble, yep. Thought he might get away with it for a moment, but Hughesby kind of crossed over and the ball got caught between his hand as he mishandled it and got stuck on his body, and then he put it back down on the floor. And that's the 7th Bemidji turnover in the game. So the Otters on the move now, trailing by 4. And Eston Bethel comes into the front court. Man-to-man Bemidji defense. Over to Jacob Gents. Right-hand dribble. Backing his way in against Teversall. Backdoor cut to Weidrich. And Reaver comes up with a steal. Now here comes Bemidji. They're so good in transition going up. And there's another layup. Tougher layup this time as Fisher finishes. And now Bemidji back up by 6. Taking care of the ball is going to be a key for the Otters. Because Bemidji, it sure appears they're excellent getting out and running in transition. Here's Bethel over to Johnson. Micah, three-pointer off the heel. Long rebound is tracked down by Jackson Boshi for Bemidji. Boshi, he'll pull up. Deep three, that's good. Well, just like that, Bemidji puts up 5 more in a row. They kick their lead back up to 9 at 34-25. A deep three for Boshi. And he now has a dozen in the game. And Bethel has it knocked away, trying to control it, tipped away into the backcourt again. Eston gets it back, picks up his dribble. Over it goes to Gents. And Gents, he's on the right elbow to Micah Johnson. Some physical play out there as they're letting some contact go. And here's Micah Johnson back out to Bethel. Eston has it knocked away and stolen away by Bemidji. Here comes Bemidji in transition. You guessed it, layup is good. So Reaver with the basket. He's got 5, and now the lead back up to double digits at 36-25, a 6-point run. And now there's going to be a blocking foul on Bemidji and Caden Fisher, and that'll put the Otters in the bonus and Micah Johnson to the free throw line. First personal on Fisher, 7th team foul. Fullhart is in, Weidrich comes out. Snyder is back in for Bemidji as Gish comes out. And Micah Johnson to the free throw line. Micah 2 points, both of them from the free throw line. And this free throw is good. Otters remain perfect at the free throw line, as they are now 8 for 8 from the line. The lead is 10 for the Lumberjacks at 36-26. Micah, 6'1" senior. Couple rebounds, couple of assists in the game. And he swishes it through. 4 for Micah. 36-27, Bemidji by 9. And here is Boshi. Over it goes to Reaver. And gets a ball screen, steps through, puts it up, floating shot. Reaver gets it to go. Good job of the big man handling the ball. A little touch on the runner. He's got 7. Lead back to 11 with just under 4 minutes to play, first half. Here's Micah Johnson with the ball for Fergus Falls, over to Fullhart, far side. Back to Fellstool. In the corner, Gents thinks about the three. One dribble to the baseline to Bethel. Eston, turnaround jumper. That's no good. Good rebound by Fullhart. And Eli back out to Fellstool. Nolan open for three. In and out. Halfway down, no good. Ball tipped around, and Reaver comes up with it. Man, that was close. And it looked good the whole way before it spun back out at the last moment. Here is Snidey all the way across. Comes to Fisher. And it's Reaver. He'll shoot the guarded three right side, and that's good by Fisher. So Reaver now in double figures with 10. Bemidji's got 3 players in double figures, and it's their biggest lead of the game of 14 at 41-27. Going to be a foul on the Lumberjacks as they like to pressure and play physical. And that'll send the Otters back to the line. And Eston Bethel will shoot the 1-and-1. Well, Bemidji's really been impressive. Otters jumped out to a 13-5 lead. Then they went on a 22-2 run. The Otters have tried to battle back. There's the first missed free throw of the game for Fergus Falls. And Reaver gets the rebound for Bemidji. Pull up three. Boshi misses everything, goes out of bounds, and the Otters will get it. Now, Otters battled back from a 12-point deficit, cut it to 4, but now Bemidji back up by 14. At 41-27. Here's Micah Johnson handling the ball. It comes to Fullhart. And Gents working in the lane against Reaver. Lose it. He saves it before it goes out. Bemidji thought it was out. It not called. And Fellstool, good floater in the lane, 12-footer. Nice move by Nolan. Nolan in double figures now with 10. He leads the Otters in scoring. And it's a 41-29 Bemidji lead. Otters now putting in a 2-3 zone. Three-pointer far side is no good by Bondi, and Fellstool goes high for the rebound for Fergus Falls. Micah Johnson penetrating. Back out, Fellstool straight on. Three-pointer, count it. Really nice job by Micah penetrating that gap, drew the defense, and then kicked it to Fellstool, and that's a great place to get it to Nolan, stepping right in for the shot. He's got 13 in the game, and it's a single-digit lead at 41-32. There's the answer on the other side, though, as Bondi hits the three as they get it to Reaver in the middle, and a good pass kicking it out to his shooter. And 44-32, Bemidji playing some great offensive basketball here in this first half. Now Fellstool with it. Up top to Johnson. Micah left open for three. That's no good. And another rebound for Reaver. He's got 8 in the game already. Quickly up the floor. Here's Hughesby. Cut off on the baseline by Johnson. His pass tipped but recovered by Bemidji. Now underneath Boshi. Across it goes. Snidey wants another three. No good. Weak side board. Reaver had it. And yeah, Reaver had it. And then they're going to say Johnson tipped it out of his hands. So Bemidji will get possession. And Reaver, he could get a double-double by the half. Now they come in. Good block by Gents, but Reaver gets it back. Misses the shot. It tips out of bounds, and it'll stay with Bemidji. Well, Reaver does have his double-double already. That was his 10th rebound. Couldn't get the short one to go, but Bemidji will keep it with 1:16 to play in the half. Boshi gets the inbound. Left to right on the dribble. Steps back over to Reaver. Loads the three off the front of the rim, and Fullhart gets the Otter rebound. His 4th of the game. And we have 1 minute to play in the first half. And here is Bethel. Right-hand drive back out. Fellstool catches, fires, rims out, no good. And the board goes to Snidey. It was right there, though. Anytime Nolan's got some room, if you're an Otter fan, you got to feel good about where it's going. There's Snidey, though, and he stays on fire. A step-back three. He's got 4 first-half threes, 16 points in the game. And it is now 47-32, biggest deficit of the game. Gents, three-pointer left side. That is no good. And Eston Bethel able to gather the offensive rebound, but his pass is tipped and stolen by Snidey. Here comes Snidey, knocked away by Bethel, but Hughesby comes up with it. Across it goes to Reaver. Hands it off to Boshi. Bemidji can shoot the last shot if they want, but Reaver's going to go attack and doesn't get the roll. Tipped out off of the Lumberjacks. It was off Bondi, and the Otters will get it back. So Otters are thankful that Bemidji went for the shot, as they'll have a chance to score here with 8 seconds to go. Micah Johnson lets it roll. Now he picks it up. 6 seconds to shoot. Johnson right to left on the dribble. Over to Fullhard. Kind of a fading, tough three is no good. And that will do it for the first half of play. And it was an impressive performance by Bemidji after they got down to the Otters 13-5. Went on a 22-2 run. And extended all this lead that they have now is their biggest lead of the game at 47-32. So we're going to take a break as our Minnesota Motor halftime report will be up when we come back. Otters trail the Lumberjacks 47-32 at the half. If you're listening, watching the Otter boys basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And welcome back here to our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And got the fifth grade backcourt boys playing some ball here at the half. And the Otters, tough first half as they got out to a 13-5 lead, but Bemidji, they really got after it, got their offense going, shot the lights out for a stretch, and got out in transition on any type of turnover or long rebound. And it's 47-32. Bemidji is leading at the half on our Park Region scoreboard. And like we mentioned, the Otters got up to a 13-5 lead, but then the Lumberjacks 22-2 run, and it was Reese Snidy coming off the bench, a 6-foot senior, who really gave Bemidji an offensive boost. Jackson Boshi struggled a little bit to start the game, but he also got it going, and a real steady performance by the big man, 6'7 senior Austin Reaver, who I have him already for a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds in the game. And Otters, they've got some good shooting from Nolan Felstool, who has 13 points. Jacob Jentz, real nice play on the inside with 8 points and 6 rebounds. But the Otters, a couple keys are going to be to make sure they take care of the basketball in the second half, because any turnovers really allowed Bemidji to get out and go, and they finished so well in transition and find ways to get stops. As 47 points for the Lumberjacks, and is too many, obviously. And find a way to get stops, getting good looks on the offensive end, not letting Bemidji get out and go will be big for the Otters to try to get back in it here in the second half. We're going to take another timeout. It's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Otters trail 47-32 on the Park Region scoreboard. Back with more after this.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Back here at our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report, Bemidji 47 and Fergus Falls 32, as the Lumberjacks, big run after falling behind the Otters 13-5, but open up. This is their biggest lead of the game, 15, what it ended up here at the half. Let's take a look at some of the scoring. And for the Lumberjacks, they have 14 points apiece. I had mentioned Snidey had 16. It was actually 14. I gave one of Boshy's baskets to Snidey. So Snidey and Boshy each with 14 points to lead Bemidji. Also in double figures is Austin Reaver with 10. And it's 7 points for Jaden Bondi and 2 points for Caden Fisher. Reaver, with my unofficial stats, already has a double-double, 10 rebounds in the first half, so 10 points and 10 rebounds to lead Bemidji. And they have 3 assists for Boshy and a couple of assists for Bondi. For the Otters, 6 different players have scored, 13 for Nolan Fellstool. Nolan with 3 first-half threes. In fact, he had 5 points before Bemidji even got the ball as a technical foul to start the game, with Bemidji dunking in the warm-ups. And Nolan made both free throws, then hit a 3 on the first possession. The Otters had a 5-point lead right off the bat. He's got 13 to lead Fergus Falls. 8 for Jacob Jentz. It's 4 points for Micah Johnson, 3 for Cameron Wiedrich, and 2 points each for Essen Bethel and Eli Fullhart. Jentz leading the Otters with 6 rebounds in the first half and 4 rebounds for Fullhart. And Micah Johnson has 3 assists to lead the Otters. Jentz with 2 assists. And those are some of the statistical leaders. As Bemidji, I have the advantage on the boards at 22-18. 11 first half turnovers for the Otters, 7 for Bemidji. And the Lumberjacks, well, how many threes did they hit in the first half? They knocked down 8 first half 3-point field goals. And the Otters made 3. All of them were by Fellstool. And Bemidji was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Otters shot free throws very well, as Fergus Falls was 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Otters led for a lot of the half, and then Bemidji went on that run and took the lead, and they've brought it all the way out to 15 at 47-32 here at the half. We'll take one more time out here on our Minnesota Motor halftime report. When we come back, we'll have second half action, as this is Otter boys basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Back here at Minnesota Motor Company halftime report, and just about to get ready to go for the second half. Some scoring updates. We got finals in girls basketball. Good one at Hillcrest. Pelican Rapids wins at Hillcrest 79-74. It was Battle Lake winning at Border West 61-56. And Frazee wins in overtime at DGF 78-76. A few scores we have in boys basketball. Pelican Rapids with 6 minutes to go in the first half, tied at Nevis at 22 apiece. DGF up on Frazee at halftime 36-23. No scoring update. Well, they probably just got going with Hillcrest at Breckenridge. And then in college basketball, M-State is in Rochester, and the Spartans have a 3-point lead in a low-scoring game, 43-40. That's 13 minutes to go in the game. See if the Spartans can get a big road win on the drive as the second half has begun. Nolan Felstool misses the shot. That puts an end to our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. They're located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. So Bemidji gets the stop on the Otters on the first possession. Otters with their original starting lineup. It's Jackson Boshi handling the basketball. And see if the Otters can limit some turnovers and keep Bemidji from getting out and running and try to get back in this game. As Hughesby, right-hand dribble. They kick it back out to Boshi. He'll let the three go. That's no good. Good box out by Gents. And he's got his 7th rebound of the game. Here comes Bethel across to Johnson. And Micah comes to Wiedrich. Far side, here's Bethel. Eston running 12-footer. Couldn't get it to go. Another rebound for Hughesby and the Lumberjacks. Over the timeline, between the legs, back to his left. It goes over. Reaver, open three-pointer. Hard off the glass, no good. That deflected way to the backcourt, and tracking it down is Caden Fisher. The rare offensive rebound that goes to the backcourt. And now there's a reach-in foul on the Otters with Boshi penetrating. Goes to Nolan Felstool, his first foul of the second half. And Lumberjacks inbound, comes into Reaver. And they kick out Hughesby, now knocked away by Felstool. Johnson didn't see it as he was face guarding Hughesby. It went right through his legs, and Bemidji fortunate to keep possession of the ball. They only have 8 to shoot. Boshi, hesitation move, spinning, knocked away by Johnson. Good play by Micah, and Gents comes up with the ball. 8th Bemidji turnover. Otters quickly up the floor. Wiedrich to Felstool, near side Bethel. Short corner Gents working the baseline across to Wiedrich. Top of the key, Bethel. Back to Wiedrich. Now Gents over in the corner. And gets it to Micah Johnson. Left-hand dribble, pull up 15-footer for Micah. In and out, no good. Reaver with a rebound for the Lumberjacks, but his pass tried to get out to Boshi. And miscommunication goes out of bounds, and the Otters will get it back. 9th turnover of the game for Bemidji. Otters with 11. No points yet here in the second half. 47-32, Bemidji by 15. And Felstool inbounds, throws it in. It's tipped away from behind. It goes out, and it is off of the Otters. Yeah, the long arms of Reaver able to tip it, and Gents went for it and went off him last. So the Otters turn it over. Kind of a tougher spot to throw it in from, and towards that deep corner. As Bemidji quickly up the floor, deflected by Fellstool, tipped, but it comes to Hughesby. He has it knocked away, tracks it down. Fellstool dives to the floor to get it, but it goes out of bounds. And Bemidji will throw it in. They'll have to throw it in towards the deep corner on the near side. Here comes Reese Snidey. He had a huge first half with 14 points. He's in as Teversol comes out for Bemidji. Boshi inbounds. Fellstool comes around to try to deflect it away, but Nolan will be called for a reach-in. So Fellstool, his second, team second. And Bemidji inbounds. Hughesby cutting right down the middle of the lane, and a bullet pass from Boshi finds Hughesby, and the layup is good. 49-32, Bemidji with the lead. Bethel between the legs, loses the handle of the ball. Good cut by Jentz, gathers, goes up, gets the basket, and draws the foul. Another bullet pass from Bethel there. Jentz now in double figures with 10. And he'll shoot one free throw to try to convert the and one with 15:40 to play in the game. Well, Running Stitch is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitch's Embroidery. Jentz converts the three-point play. He's got 11. And it's now 49-35, 14-point lead. Here's Hughesby, swings it over to the corner. Fisher wants the three over the basket. Hughesby, though, flies in for the offensive board. Now the ball's tipped by Micah Johnson, deflects into the backcourt, and out it is off of Johnson. And Bemidji will throw it in. Fisher is out, and Jaden Bondi is back in. And Bemidji will throw it into the backcourt. Comes into Jackson Boshi. Now the double team comes. They swing it back over to Snidey. And Snidey, hands off, falling to the floor is Reaver. Here's Hughesby, jump stop, gets into the lane and penetrates and finishes. Hughesby now, he's really had a nice first 3 minutes of the second half with a couple buckets, some offensive rebounds. Really helped the Lumberjacks, and it's 51-35. Bemidji by 16. Bethel straight on, open three. That's no good. And going up high, there's Hughesby again with another rebound, his sixth of the game. Snidey, left side. Right hand dribble. Now Bethel knocks it away and comes up with a steal. Here's Eston in transition. Layup, no good, but draws the foul. And Eston Bethel will shoot two. Jaden Bondi with the foul, his second, team first of the second half. And Eston, 2 points in the game, pair of assists, free throws good. Teversol's back in for Bemidji as Reaver will come out. Snidey comes out as well as Miles Gish is in the game. And here's Eston Bethel. Ready again, it's good. 51-37, Bemidji by 14. And here comes Miles Gish into the front court for the Lumberjacks. Between the legs on the dribble, Hughesby cut off on the baseline. Back out it goes. It's Boshi in front of his own bench. Now drives right, double team, dumps it off. Teversol deflected away by Johnson, saved by Bethel, gets it to Fellstool. Good defensive play by the Otters. 11 Bemidji turnovers. Fellstool near side to Wiedrich, way back out now to Bethel. Boshi is on him. Into the post, it's Jentz. Left shoulder turn, steps through, reverse. What a beautiful move by Jentz. That was tough. He spun to his left shoulder, hesitated for a moment, and then went reverse for the two. And it's a 12-point lead as Jentz with 13. Three-pointer is short by Bondi. Goes out of bounds, deflected off the Lumberjacks, and the Otters will get it. Yeah, that was an impressive move by Jentz. Left shoulder, hesitate, waited for the man to get up in the air, and then went on the reverse end to finish. As the Otters have it now, and a zone here from Bemidji. High post, Jentz, Fellstool. He's ready to shoot it. That's good. Good offense by the Otters. Get it to the middle, kick it out to Fellstool. Nolan has 4 threes and 16 points, and it's a single-digit game now at 51-42. Bemidji with the lead. Bondi curling in. Nice pass. Teversol with the easy layup, his first basket of the game. Give credit to Bondi creating that one. And the lead back up to 11 at 53-42. Micah Johnson straight on. Three-pointer no good. And getting the rebound is Hughesby again, as he's been a force on the boards here for Bemidji with 7. Now Hughesby will let the three go. Hard off the glass, no good. Micah Johnson gets the Otter rebound. Micah quickly up the left side. Now drives to the baseline, steps through. Little fancy footwork, curls it in. That was a nice one by Micah. Had to improvise a bit. His first field goal, he's got 6 points in the game. Back to a 9-point game at 53-44 on our Park Region scoreboard. And Stephen Thompson's going to call timeout. Otter fans are getting going here a bit. So we will take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout as you're listening or watching to Otter Boys basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And back here at Lake Region Healthcare timeout. 53-44. The Otters are within 9 here now. They trailed by 17 a couple minutes into the second half, 49-32. Really a couple nice individual moves, one by Jacob Jentz, one by Micah Johnson. And also a three in the middle of those by Nolan Fellstuhl. And the Otters trying to creep back into this one, trailing by 9, 53-44. Otters right now, Fullhart is in, along with Johnson, Jentz, Bethel, and Fellstuhl. And it's Boshi handling the ball for Bemidji. Over it goes. Snidey thinks about the three. Swings it up top to Boshi. He'll shoot it from anywhere. And he steps back, and he will shoot this one from deep. It's off the front of the rim. Good rebound, though, for Reaver. He kicks it back out. Gish to Boshi. Shot fake. Fullhart goes by him. Boshi then hits the three. Good footwork by Boshi. Got Fullhart up in the air. And then is able to knock down the three. He's got 17. Lead back up to 12. Fullhart skips it to Johnson. Over to Jentz. Jacob for three, and Jentz swishes through the three. He's having a game. 16 for Jentz, 4 assists for Johnson. Lead back to 9 at 56-47. Snidey towards the middle, now back out, now takes it to the baseline. Skip pass, and it hits the support of the basket as he got too deep. Turnover on Bemidji, and the Otters get the ball back. They'll see if the Otters can keep this level of energy. They have done better with turnovers in the second half. Only 1 second half turnover. Consequently, they're getting closer. Now Johnson, there's the announcer's curse as Johnson had it tipped away, and the Otters turn it over. I'll take the hit on that one, as that's the Otters' 13th turnover. Boshi now between the legs on the dribble. Top of the key area, penetrates. Good dish underneath. Missing is Tervestall. Tervestall had it for a moment. Stripped away by Fellstuhl. It went off of Gish and out of bounds. Great hustle play there by Fellstuhl. Making things happen. He was all over the floor and kept that one alive. And Otters get the ball back. Over to Jentz. Jacob penetrates. Bounce pass underneath to Johnson. To Fullhart. Open three right side. No good. And the rebound goes to Tervestall for Bemidji. Quickly up the floor. Beautiful pass by Boshi. Right to Snidey in transition. And there they go in transition. And that was a great pass by Boshi leading Snidey. Jentz for three in the corner. That's over the hoop. No good. And Reaver with the weak side board. Snidey, there they go in transition. Bank shot, good. And just like that, bang, bang. Bemidji gets out in transition again. Snidey with 18 to lead all scorers in the game. And it's a 13-point Lumberjack lead, 60-47. Fullhart, couple dribbles to his right. Now free throw line area to Johnson. Fellstuhl, Nolan, three-pointer open, nothing but net. He is so confident right now. And Nolan with 5 threes in the game and 19 points. He now leads all scorers. 10-point game, 60-50. Give Micah his 5th assist of the game. And here is Gish. Ball screen moving to his left. Handoff to Snidey. Right to left on the dribble, step back. He'll let the three go. Off the front of the rim, no good. Felstool falls to the floor. He controls it, though, and gets it to Fullhart. And Matt Johnson, concerned about a possible turnover, will use a timeout. 10:08 to play, 60-58. We're going to take another Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Otters trying to get back in this thing. It's been a good start to the second half. We'll see what happens when we return right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
And back here from our Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Otters with the ball. Micah Johnson steps into a three. That's no good. And the rebound goes to Boshi for Bemidji. It's 60-50. The Lumberjacks by 10 on our Park Region scoreboard. Reaver left open for three left side. In and out, no good. And Bethel gets the rebound for the Otters. Otters trailed by 17 early in the second half. They cut it to 9. It's at 10 right now. Bethel, little pick and roll action with Gent spinning, loses the ball. Now battle for it underneath. There's going to be a jump ball, and the ball will go to Bemidji on the possession arrow. So 60-50, 14th Otter turnover. And coming into the game is Eli Fullhart. Felstool will get a rest. What a shooter Nolan Felstool is for the Otters. 19 points, 5 threes in the game, and his misses, they all look like they're going in and go halfway down as the Lumberjacks hand off Hughesby underneath Reaver. Kicks back, Hughesby, three in the far corner, off the front, no good. There's Reaver, he's all over the boards, his 14th of the game. Backing his way in against Jentz, little jump hook with his left hand, no good. Fullhart falling to the floor, gets it to Bethel, and here come the Otters. Eston Bethel on the drive, goes up, tough shot, draws the foul. Eston Bethel to the line to shoot two. 1 second past the midpoint of the second half. The Spartan men's basketball team at Rochester. They're trying to pull off what would be a great win on the road. Always so tough to beat Rochester. They lead 57-54 with 4 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the game, as Bethel's free throw is good. 5 for Eston Bethel. Eston's 3 for 4 from the line. Wiedrich is in. Felstool's back in. Micah Johnson comes out. Second one's good by Eston, and Otters are as close as they've been in a while. They're within 8. 8:59 to play. And Bemidji inbounds into the backcourt. And here comes Hughesby. Left-hand dribble comes to Reaver, thinks about the three. Now one dribble towards the baseline, across it goes. Fisher, Hughesby on the drive, steps through. Bank shot is short. Ball, loose ball. Good hustle by Fisher to get it for Bemidji. Here's Snidey in the corner. Reaver. Over it goes to Hughesby, behind the back on the dribble. Steps through, goes up, banks it home. Hughesby's pretty good when he gets around the basket, and he's finished 3 of them in the second half like that. Got 6 points. Lead is back up to 10. Lead is back up to 10 for Bemidji. Here's Wiedrich, right to left on the dribble, dumps it off Jentz. Jentz, little reverse layup is good. Good drive by Cameron Wiedrich. And Jentz, great night continues. Here's Bemidji quickly up the floor. Bank shot, Hughesby, no good. Bethel with the rebound. Bethel behind the back. Here comes Eston. Flips it back. Felstool open for 3. It's no good off the heel, but Eston able to track down the long rebound. Felstool floating 14-footer. That's short, and it goes out of bounds. And it will go to Bemidji. That's when maybe Nolan had another crack at it to just step right into another 3 straight on, and decided to take the runner. Came up short. And the Lumberjacks have it. 8-point Bemidji lead with 7:47 to play in the game. Handoff, it goes to Hughesby. Now Reaver. Over it goes Fellstool. It's tipped by Fellstool. He didn't know it was there, and Snidey's able to get it back. Here's Snidey between the legs, behind the back. Over it goes to Fisher. Into the post, Reaver. Gets by Gents, goes up, bank shot, good. Gents went for the steal, and when he didn't get it, Reaver had a nice advantage. He's got 12. Lead is back to double digits, 64-54 for Bemidji. Bethel, left-hand drive, floating shot is short, and it is Fisher with a rebound for Bemidji. And then there's going to be a foul in the backcourt on Bethel. Yeah, Eston, when he's driven, the Lumberjacks have really done a nice job. They bring Reaver as that big 6'7" presence, and it's made it tougher on Eston to have some of his normal finishes, as he's certainly a real good defensive presence for Bemidji. As Bethel picks up his second team foul. Not a lot of fouls, only 5 fouls total in the second half with 7:10 to play. Lumberjacks by 10, and Teverstal with it. It goes over through the hands of Boshi, but he gets it back. And Boshi working towards the left side, dumps it to Teverstal. Over Fisher, three-pointer open, good. Fisher has 5, and the lead back up to 13 for Bemidji now. It's 67-54. That was a big one for Fisher, who only had 2 points before that shot. And Fullhart tried to hand it off to Fellstool. Now gets it back to Nolan. Micah Johnson to Gents. Gents to the baseline. Steps through, goes up, and the foul is going to be on the floor. And so no free throws are coming. Gents thinks he's going to shoot free throws, but they called it on the floor. It's going to be on Wyatt Teverstal, his first, team 4th. Micah Johnson will throw it in for the Otters. Reaver's going to get one more break before, I'm sure, coming back to try to close it out here for Bemidji. Hughesby is in. Johnson bounce pass underneath Wiedrich, trying to work his way through. A little fadeaway, and nice job by Wiedrich. After had to kind of meet the ball to get it, and then had a good one-on-one move to get the basket. He's got 5. Quickly up the floor. Hughesby misses the shot. Good rebound by Micah Johnson. Otters down by 11. Fullhart, he'll let the 3 fly right side off the heel. Ball tipped. Nice hustle play by Wiedrich to keep the ball in the Otters' hands. Fellstool now goes back to Micah Johnson. Micah, ball screen. He'll pull up, three-pointer, straight on, and he got it to go. That was a tough shot. Teverstal came up and really contested it hard, but Micah hits the 3. Otters back within 8. 67-59 on the other. And there's the answer, though, as Bondi hits the 3. What a key answer there that was by Bondi to kick the lead back up to 11, right when it felt like the Otters might have had a little bit momentum. Well, a full timeout is called. We'll take one more Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Bemidji 70, Fergus Falls 59, 5:44 to play in the game. Back with more Otter Boys basketball right after this.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Back here coming off our Lake Region Healthcare timeout. 70-59, Bemidji with the lead. The Lumberjacks have had some role players really step up and hit some shots here where the Otters are kind of making their run and getting a little closer, and Micah Johnson hits the 3, and then Jaden Bondi, who comes off the bench, had a nice game, 10 points. He hits a big 3 there to put the Otters at arm's length. It's still reachable, but those shots make it tougher. It's 11-point margin, and the Otters have the ball, 5:35 to play in the game. Fellstool, ball screen moving left over to Johnson. And Micah now, couple dribbles, high post area, Gents. Backdoor cut, good pass, Wiedrich layup good. More backdoor cuts from the Otters. And Cam Wiedrich now with 7. Beauty of a pass by Jacob Gents with his 4th assist of the game. And it's 70-61, 9-point lead. Bemidji with the ball. Boshi double team. Otters going to stick with that double team. Bounce pass goes over to Snidey. Now they match up man to man. Over to Reaver. Gents is on him. Reaver left-hand drive. Steps through. Deflected by Gents. Picked up by Micah Johnson. Turnover on the Lumberjacks. Here's Fullhart. Wiedrich back to Fullhart. Three-pointer is off the heel. No good. And a nice physical rebound by Hughesby, who's done a great job on the boards. His 8th rebound of the game for Bemidji. Lumberjacks with it with Boshi, 70-61. Bemidji by 9, 4:35 to play. Boshi way up near the center circle. Left-hand dribble. Takes the handoff, steps back. Tough fadeaway shot, way short. And Reaver went over the back of Johnson. Great box out by Micah. It will not be free throws. That's the 15 foul. And Reaver gets his second personal foul. And 15 foul. Otters have the ball, trailing by 9. And it's Nolan Fellstool handling the ball. It goes to Bethel, top of the key. Gents, here's Wiedrich on the drive. Jump stop, skip pass. Micah Johnson, shot fake. Comes back to Fellstool. Over to Bethel. Eston on the drive. Good pass underneath, layup good for Gents. Beautiful play by Bethel. Gents puts it away. Gents with 20 in the game, and the Otters are as close as they've been in some time, and that's going to be over and back. So Bemidji threw it up the floor to Reaver, and Reaver lost his balance barely in the front court and went down and tried to get it to a teammate, but it went right back to the backcourt, and it's over and back. And here come the Otters within 7 with 3:54 to play. They trailed by 17 at the beginning of the second half. And now they have the ball to try to inch closer. Here's Gents. Great game for Jacob Gents today. And it's Johnson over to Bethel. 6 on the shot clock, though. Over to Micah. Three-pointer open, no good. And hustling. Micah tries to come back in the play, and another great hustle play by Micah Johnson is going to keep the Otters with the ball as he tied it up. And he hustled down and tied it up after he missed his own shot. He knew it was going to be short and came back, got the jump ball. Otters keep possession, and Bethel will throw it in. Bounce pass underneath. Micah Johnson gets clear, goes up, draws the foul. Free throws on the way. What a great battle here by the Otters, trying to hang in this with this talented Bemidji team. And Micah Johnson will shoot 2. And the first one is up off the front of the rim, no good. The foul was on Reese Snidey, his second, team 6th. Micah with 9 points in the game. He's now 4 for 5 from the line. I got him with 6 rebounds, 6 assists, just doing it all here for the Otters. And second one, that one's good. The lead is 6. Micah's in double figures with 10, 70-64. And we're at 3.5 minutes to play in the game. And it's Miles Gish handling the ball for the Lumberjacks. Gish hands off to Boshi. Boshi is only 1 field goal here in the second half. He's got 17 in the game. And Boshi right-hand dribble. Retreats back out in the middle of the Gish free throw line area. Snidey in the corner. Hughesby working against Wiedrich to the baseline. Reverses back out. It comes to Boshi. 8 to shoot for Bemidji. He'll shoot the guarded 3. And Boshi with a dagger with Johnson right there. Good defense, but Boshi hits the 3. He's got 20, and it's a 9-point game as Gents on the drive. Jacob bumped, loses handle, gets it over to Wiedrich, dumps it off. Micah Johnson, layup no good. Gents goes back up. He's hammered on the weak side board, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the Lumberjacks have just had some key threes that have kept the Otters just far enough away, as the free throw by Gents is good. 21 for Jacob Gents. And it's 73-65, Bemidji by 8 with 2:45 to play. Second free throw good. 22 for Gents. See if the Otters can get a stop here. Now they're going to double team in the backcourt. Long pass, they get it to Gish. All the way across comes to Hughesby. And they're into the front court to Snidey. And now Snidey, he's going to shoot the 3. It's up in the air, off the rim, off the glass. Fellstool with a rebound. That's what the Otters wanted, a quick shot. Bethel has it tipped away from behind, but it, fortunately for Fergus Falls, comes to Cam Wiedrich. 2:25 to play. Otters trail by 7. They have the ball. Bethel penetrating, dishes, Jantz gathers, goes up, blocked from behind, gets his own rebound. He puts it back up, couldn't get it to go, but he'll go back to the line to shoot 2. They got a little excited there. Jantz has made most of those around the basket, couldn't quite get it to go, but the foul was on Reaver, his 3rd, team 8th. And Jantz, who's got 22 points in the game, to the line, and he buries the free throw. He's now 4 for 4 from the line. Otters within 6. Jantz has 23. Make it 24. As Caden Fisher will come back in for Bemidji. Otters are within 5 at 63 to 58. 73 to 68, excuse me. And they'll inbound with Hughesby into the backcourt. Here comes the double team. Back to Hughesby. Over to Gish. Gish into the front court. Bounce pass. Fisher. Now Reaver to Gish. Micah Johnson trying to deny Boshi wherever he goes. Corner. Reaver. All they left Boshi. Now he thought about the 26-foot 3, but decides to milk some clock. 2 minutes to play. Bemidji leading 73-68. Otters with a soft double team. Bullet pass underneath. Gish goes up. Gets the basket. Draws the foul. Bethel is called for the foul. And the Lumberjacks extend their lead up to 7. First field goal, first points of the game for Miles Gish. Nice pass from Boshi there. His 6th assist. And Gish will try to complete the 3-point play. Free throw is good. 76 to 68, 8-point Bemidji lead. And here's Eston Bethel. Right-hand drive. There's the help from Reaver. His shot is short. Jantz, the offensive rebound, goes up. Another trip to the free throw line for Jacob Jantz. And Jantz will shoot 2 as Reaver picks up his 4th, team 9th. With 1:44 to play, Otters trail by 8. And Jantz, his great night continues. Free throw's good. He's now 6 for 6 from the line. I got him with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. Second one in the air. Second one's good. 26 for Jacob Jantz, 76 to 70. Snidey is back in. Fisher comes out for Bemidji. And I imagine the Otters will come with some full court man-to-man pressure. And they do. Wiedrich's not going to guard the ball. He's going to try to pick up one of the first flash, and they do get it into Reaver. Back it goes to Hughesby. Now almost stolen by Johnson as they get it back to Boshi. Here's Boshi dribbling up the floor, and he's bumped and fouled. And long time until Bemidji is into the bonus. That's only the 4th team foul. Micah Johnson gets his 2nd personal. And Hughesby will inbound on the near side. It comes in to Reaver, back to Hughesby. High post area, Reaver dumps it off. Gish again, layup is good. Couple nice passes from the top 2 players to Gish underneath. They lead back up to 8 at 78 to 70. 1:23 to play as Bemidji has the lead. Fellstool penetrates, knocked away. Back out Micah Johnson. Over to Fellstool in the corner. Nolan drives the baseline, tipped away from behind and out of bounds to the far corner. Otters will have to throw it in the near side deep corner with 1:11 to play. And Eston Bethel will throw it in the deep corner. And come in, it'll go all the way back out near midcourt to Jacob Jantz. Here's Jantz, free throw line over to Wiedrich. Back out Fellstool. Nolan, left hand, there's a floater. Nice shot by Nolan Fellstool, high off the glass from about 12 feet. And timeout called by the Otters with 1:03 to play in the game. 78 to 72, Bemidji with a 6-point lead. And we'll be back with more Otter boys basketball in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
And we're back here, 78-72. Bemidji with the lead here with 1:03 to play in the game on our Park Region scoreboard. Good running floater by Nolan Fellstuhl right before the timeout. Nolan with 21 points. Gents with 26. Fellstuhl with 21. Bemidji with the ball. Otters with full court pressure. They get it in to Snidey, and Snidey is bumped in the backcourt to be a foul with 15 fouls, so no free throws yet. Otters can be aggressive trying to go for the steal here. As that falls on Wiedrich, his second, team fifth. And Huseby will inbound near side, sideline backcourt, comes into the front court to Reaver. Back out it goes. Now it's Boshi up near center circle, and Gents reaches in to try to deflect it away from Boshi and is called for the foul. Jacob Gents with his first, team 6, so next foul, Bemidji will shoot free throws. 54.5 seconds to play in the game. Lumberjacks up by 6, 78-72. It comes into Boshi. Otters probably don't want to foul him. Well, they're coming after him a bit. Boshi gets it over. Now he is fouled by Bethel. So Eston gets his second, team 7th, and Boshi to the free throw line. He's got 20 points in the game. He's 2 for 2 from the line. And he'll shoot the 1-and-1. 6 assists in the game for the 6'3" senior. And that one is in the air. It's good. 21 for Jackson Boshi to lead Bemidji. Lead is up to 7 now. And second one is up. That's good. 22 for Boshi. Otters trail by 8. Only 45 seconds to play. Bethel, high posted Gents, turns to the hoop. Back out Fellstuhl. Nolan, tough, quick 3. Banked it home. Otters will take it. Wasn't how you drew it up, but they had to get off a shot quickly. And Nolan banked in the 3. And it's now 80-75 with 36 seconds to play. 24 in the game for Fellstuhl. Nolan has 6 threes. So we'll just keep it right here and get an update. Well, there's an update I like to see. The Spartan men's basketball team went on the road. Yeah, is there 0 left on the clock? I think they won at 67-63. I just want to see the final pop up there. But the Spartans trailed. Real low-scoring game early in the first half. 23-12. Latter part of the first half, the Spartans were down. And then when I checked in again later in the second half, Spartans had taken a lead, and yep, there's the final. M State over Rochester on the road, 67-63. Great win for Coach Cressup and the Spartan men's basketball team as they go on the road and beat Rochester by 4. So great job by the Spartans in that one. And the Spartans will be at home coming up here. They'll be at home twice next week, and we'll have coverage of that over on Channel 977. It's Wednesday night against St. Cloud Tech. We're back to action here. 5-point game. It comes in inbounds, and fouled right away is Snidey. And that'll send Bemidji to the free throw line. 80-75, Bemidji by 5 on our Park Region scoreboard. And Reese Snidey, it'll be his first trip to the line. He's had a great night, especially in the first half. He's got 18 points in the game. And he will shoot the 1-and-1. Free throws up and good. Lumberjacks making some free throws. In fact, they haven't shot a lot of free throws, but I don't think they've missed any free throws. Yeah, I think they're 7 for 7 from the line in this game. 19 for Snidey. That's their first miss, though, off the front of the rim. And Bethel with a rebound. Otters down by 6, 33 seconds to play. Got to strike quick. Fellstuhl catches, fires, three-pointer, no good. Gents trying to get the ball underneath. Diving to the floor is Johnson. Going to be a jump ball, though, and that's going to send the ball back to Bemidji. Now the Otters had to get a quick one. Nolan got it off. It was going to be a tough shot, though. He just didn't have much time to load it, but can't blame him. Otters didn't have much time to work with. As now Bemidji inbounds, they get it into Boshi, double team, trying to step through the double team, and they'll call the foul. Otters wanted a jump ball on it. They will not get it with 21.5 seconds to play. And Boshi will be back to the free throw line for Bemidji. He's got 22 points in the game. He's 4 for 4 from the line. And he can make it a 3-possession game here if he can make this free throw. Front end of the 1-and-1. And the shot is up. It's good. 23 for Jackson Boshi. He's got 4 threes in the game. A couple of those were from very deep. And next one is up. That one's good. And the Lumberjacks now up by 8, 20 seconds to play. And Bethel, right-hand dribble, tipped away from behind, knocked loose, goes out of bounds. It is off of Bethel. So turnover number 15 on the Otters with 14 seconds to go. And the Otters, hey, they battled back. Looks like they're going to be a little bit short here now as it comes in to Snidey. He'll dribble into the front court, penetrating and reach and foul on Fergus Falls with a fraction under 9 seconds to play. Going to be on Micah Johnson, his 4th, team 10th. So Snidey will shoot 2. Snidey with 19 points in the game. He's 1 for 2 from the line. Free throw's good. 20 for Reese Snidey, 6-foot senior. Puts the lead at 9 at 84-75. And second one is good. 21 for Snidey, 85-75. And Essen Bethel is he's just going to dribble it out here with it being a 10-point game. Entertaining game here today. A lot of great individual plays. Bemidji had quite a run in the first half. It was a 22-2 run that was the difference in this one. Otters got off to a 13-5 lead. Bemidji went on the big run and extended their lead at half to 15, and then the Otters came back in the second half, but not quite enough left to get past the Lumberjacks. Final score on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard, Bemidji 85 and Fergus Falls 75. So we'll take a timeout. We'll add some things up here, and we'll come back with our post-game report here from the Otter Fieldhouse at Roosevelt Gymnasium. And you're listening to Otter Basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
And we're back here at our post-game show. And the Otters fall to Bemidji 85-75. Real entertaining game here this afternoon. It saw the Otters jump out to a 13-5 lead, and then the Bemidji Lumberjacks, they really put the pedal to the metal as they played a great stretch of basketball. They put a 22-2 run on the Otters to take a 12-point lead in the first half. They did it by getting the Otters to turn the ball over. They got out quickly in transition. They were just great in transition, which the Otters did a much better job with in the second half because they took better care of the basketball, but got out in transition. Reese Snidey, the senior off the bench, came in and gave Bemidji 14 first half points, including 3 threes. That was really a boost for the Lumberjacks. And Bemidji took a 15-point lead into the locker room at halftime. 47-32 was the score. They opened up with the first basket of the second half, a little over a couple minutes in, 49-32. It didn't look great for the Otters at that point, but they hung in there behind some great play. Specifically, Jacob Jentz, Nolan Felstuhl, Micah Johnson in the second half, as Jentz was a revelation on the inside with his footwork, his ability to fake one way, go underneath, reverse, whatever you needed to do in the post. And also did a great job passing the ball with 5 assists, almost had a double-double with 9 rebounds. Jentz was great. Nolan Felstuhl with 6 threes. He continues to shoot the lights out. And Micah Johnson made some big plays as well and had his all-around game like he always does. And the Otters able to, they cut it down. But Bemidji always seemed to have that 3 after the Otters would get 4 or 5 in a row to get closer. Then they'd answer it with a 3. And Jaden Bondi had a big 3 at one point. And Caden Fisher had a big 3. Maybe not some of the headlining players for Bemidji typically. And then Boshi had a big one down the stretch as well, too. The Otters did cut it all the way down to 5 and just couldn't quite get any closer than that, as Bemidji just hit enough big shots down the stretch to keep the Otters at bay and win it 85-75. So let's take a look at the stats. High-scoring game today. Jackson Boshi led Bemidji with 24 points, and he had 4 threes in the game, and it was a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Reese Snidey, big game for Snidey off the bench with 21 points, 14 of those in the first half. It was a double-double for Austin Reaver. He had 12 points and 15 rebounds in the game. 10 points for Jaden Bondi, 6 for Jerron Hughesby, 5 for Miles Gish and Caden Fisher, and then it was 2 points for Wyatt Teverstall. As I said before, the Lumberjacks led by Reaver with 15 rebounds. Hughesby had 8 boards, and Fisher had 5. And for the assists, it was Jackson Boshi leading the Lumberjacks with 6, and Bondi had 3. For Fergus Falls, well, it was a big scoring night for Jacob Jentz and Nolan Felstuhl. Those two of them combined for 50 tonight, and Jacob Jentz had 26. Mentioned what a great night he had, 26-18 in the second half. And Jacob was also a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line, as he filled up the stat sheet with 9 rebounds and 5 assists as well. Great night for Jacob Jentz, as Nolan Felstuhl had 24 in the game. Nolan had 6 threes, and I've mentioned the way he's shooting it. Even the ones that he missed, it looked like they're in all the way and go halfway down and come out. And great to see Nolan shooting with such confidence. Micah Johnson also in double figures with 10. Micah was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. 7 for Cameron Wiedrich, and 6 points for Eston Bethel, and 2 points for Eli Fullhart. I had Jentz leading the Otters with 9 rebounds, 6 rebounds for Johnson, 5 apiece for Bethel and Fullhart, and 4 rebounds for Felstuhl. And with the assist totals, Micah Johnson with 6, Jacob Jentz with 5, and Eston Bethel had 3. I had Bemidji with the small edge on the boards, 39-35. Otters, like I said, one of the reasons why they were able to come back, they took better care of the basketball, not allowing Bemidji to get out in transition. After 11 first-half turnovers, only 4 second-half turnovers, a total of 15 in the game. Bemidji ended up with 14 turnovers. 31 field goals in the game for the Lumberjacks. Well, they hit 12 threes, so they shot the ball extremely well. And it was Boshi who had 4 threes, 3 threes for Snidey, 2 for Bondi, and 1 apiece for Fisher and Reaver on the Bemidji side. And both teams shot the free throw extremely well. Bemidji was 11 for 12 from the line. For the Otters, they had 23 field goals in the game. They had 8 threes. 6 of those came from Nolan Felstuhl. 1 came from Jacob Jentz, 1 from Micah Johnson. And how about the Otters from the line? 21 of 23 from the free throw line. Did a great job putting the ball in the hoop. Both teams did a great job getting to the line. There's only one lead change in the game. It's when Bemidji went on that 22-2 run in the first half. Otters got it all the way back within 5 late in the second half, but unable to get over the top as they fall to Bemidji 85-75 on our Park Region scoreboard. All right, we'll take one final timeout. When we come back, we'll name our quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics, as you're listening to Otter Basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And back here on our post-game report, Bemidji over Fergus Falls in boys basketball, 85-75 is the final. And it's time to name our quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. That's Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls. That's 998-4027. That's 998-4027. Well, it's one of the game for the Otters. You feel bad about leaving, especially one of the two of Jensen Fellstuhl out. Micah Johnson, I thought, had a great all-around game as well. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, doing the job defensively. Nolan Fellstuhl, I've talked numerous times here today about what a great shooter he has been and how well he shot with confidence. Big hat tip to Nolan, who had 24 points in the game, including 6 threes. But we're going to give the quality player today to Jacob Jentz, 6'4 junior. He led all scorers in the game with 26 points. Not to mention he tacked on 9 rebounds and 5 assists and was 7 for 7 from the free throw line. His footwork in the middle is so impressive. I just love it. He will drop step, he'll go left shoulder, he'll go right shoulder, he'll hesitate for a moment to get the defender up in the air and go on a reverse or straight up. And he's just smart with the way he moves on the inside. And man, he just keeps coming on and coming on. And not only that, he found his teammates, delivered 5 assists, because the more he gets attention in the middle, the more opportunities he'll have to set up his teammates. He did everything tonight, whether it was scoring, delivering the ball. Jacob Jentz with 26 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He is today's quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. So let's get a quick scoring update. And, first let's talk about the Otters next week before we get to the scoring updates. Tuesday, they will be at Wilmer in a Central Lakes Conference matchup, and then Friday at home, a game we're going to live stream and have coverage of. And I'm not sure what station that is going to be on for sure, but it's a home Central Lakes Conference game against Sartell. So the Otters with 2 games next week. Bemidji, they don't play for another week. They'll be at Sauk Rapids Rice next Saturday. And want to give a nod to one of our sponsors, Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. And now some scoring update. The JV game, Bemidji over Fergus Falls, 68-52. And in other boys basketball scores, it was, Pelican Rapids is leading Nevis on the road, 62-54. That's with 3 minutes left in the game. It was DGF over Frazee, 64-50. Hillcrest is at Breckenridge today. No update on that one at the moment. And in college basketball, mentioned before, great win for the Spartan men's basketball team. They go on the road and win at Rochester, 67-63. Always a big win to go on the road and win at Rochester in the MCAC. Over on the girls basketball side, it was Pelican Rapids winning a close one at Hillcrest, 79-74. Battle Lake wins at Border West, 61-56. And Frazee wins in overtime at DGF, 78-76. And I believe we have boys hockey going on right now over on Channel 977 with Mark Johnson, as the Otters are at Crookston, so you can switch over and listen to some Otter hockey over on Channel 977 right now. So with that, we're going to put an end to the broadcast as we thank everyone for joining us. Fun day of basketball. We had a fun Otter girls basketball game. The Otter girls played great, beating Sartell last night. As they look great. That first half was one of the best halves of basketball we've seen, and went on to win by 14 over Sartell. Good, entertaining game here this afternoon at the Otter Fieldhouse. And Otters battled back, just came up a little bit short, cut it to 5, end up losing by 10. With our final score on the Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard, Bemidji 85 and Fergus Falls 75. Thanks so much to Derek Sidian helping out with the live stream and production. And this is Jason Retzloff signing off from the Otter Fieldhouse at Roosevelt Gym in Fergus Falls. We thank you for listening to Otter Boys Basketball on Newstalk 1250 KBRF.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, American Federal Bank, FM Bank, Service Food, Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming.